It's Melky, #1 Cowboys fan in the hizzy. Guess what? He's found his smile again. And welcome to another edition of Show Us Your TDs. And he's joined by the Queen to Derrick Henry's kingdom. My co-host, Madam Gooby. How the hell are you, milady?
I don't know if I'm the queen, but I'm not doing so well. So, I mean, I guess I can't be the queen if I'm not doing so well because queens are normally sitting pretty, right? So,
not in the game of chess.
But yeah, no, I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm getting there. I'm obviously, the results of fantasy last week.
Yeah.
A certain person won and a certain person lost. But why don't you dive deeply more into that with fantasy recap and update?
Yes, sir. That dance was hilarious. All right. Fantasy recap. Yes, you heard it from Melky. I have lost, and he has won. Let's go over my little shenanigans over here. I lost 102.65 to 105.5. I've lost by like 3 fucking points. Like this is, it all came down to the Monday nighter between Devontae Adams and the New Orleans defense.
No, DK.
Oh, sorry, DK. Sorry, DK. Yeah, I read. Yeah, DK Metcalf versus New Orleans defense. I was in bed, so I watched the highlights the next day, and I could have won that. Fuck, I could have won that. Anyways, Matthew Stafford putting up 36 points. I appreciate that. Stafford's balling out this year. He's probably arguably top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Arguably.
Hands down. I can't argue.
AJ Brown put up a game for me. Thank you. 19 points. Derrick Henry put up points, but not Derrick Henry points. 16.
He did more in the game than on the stat sheet. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. Derrick Henry putting up 16.45 points with a touchdown pass.
Oh yeah, I was waiting for you to say that.
And you know what? He had more touchdown passes than Patrick Mahomes did. Darrell Henderson with his first game with single-digit fantasy points, 6.4. I've been hyping him up for the past week, and this week he's just like, hey, you know what? Fuck you, because you hyped me up. Cooks put up in the whopping 2.1. I had wide receivers on bye this week, and my flex is just terrible in general.
Who was your flex?
Anybody at this point. My flex is either Devontae Smith, Brandon Cooks, Ruggs, or Galladay, which is injured. Until McCaffrey comes back, my flex is kind of wonky. I put Brandon Cooks as my flex this week.
Okay.
It wouldn't have mattered. Even if I played anybody on my team, I would have lost. New Orleans defense put up 9 points. And then Mark Andrews put up 4.8. So, yeah, I didn't do so well. Like I said, 102 to 105 pretty much. It was a close game going down to the Monday nighter. Melky, tell us about your happy-go-lucky smile that you got going on over there.
Okay, before I celebrate in fine fashion, let me ask you, what hurts more, like in fantasy, getting pounded by your opponent or losing those close 1-2.5 games in fantasy?
Getting pounded by your opponent because it's just embarrassing.
See, I disagree. I would rather lose by a significant amount, knowing that I can't come back, than wake up the next day and realize I've lost by 1, 0.5, 0.2. Like Nemo, I don't know if you were in the league when Nemo's in the league. He was in it first 2 seasons. And to get in the playoffs, we were battling for that 6th spot. And I beat him the last regular season game by 0.5. And we all thought that he was in. I wake up and I'm like, yo, this can't be real. I'm like double checking, triple checking.
I think I was in that league.
Yeah, he might have been. Year 2. That was your first year. And he was so pissed off. He's like, it's like getting kicked in the sack. Point blank.
Well, I don't know. I prefer the close calls over getting destroyed, because like if you get destroyed, man, it's like in the group chat, it's like, yo, I just completely fucked you. Whereas like in the group chat, if it's close, it's like, oh, it's a close call, good game, blah blah blah. There's no like hostility in it, and I love hostility.
No, I think it stings more when you lose by when it's close and you lose by 1 or 2. But anyways, let's talk about my victory this week. And your boy won. Digging for Gold defeated the Cook Show 99.5 to 63.20. Now, see, it's not his fault, and I'm going to tell you why. First, we're going to start off with Melky's praise because I haven't done it in a long time. Let's start with Devontae Booker, Saquon Barkley's replacement. Yeah, I picked you up because I figured you might have some type of a game, and you did with 12.6 points. So thank you for showing up. Matt Prater didn't do exactly what I thought you would do, but I'll take the 7 points that you added. Jalen Waddle, bro, you are inclining the last couple of weeks. You and Tua are connecting like no other. And, well, maybe there's another connection going on that's way better, but it's helping with 8.3 points. Cheers. Ryan Tannehill, I'm glad I picked you up. And I dropped Kirk versus Cousins. And I used him as my Herbert was on bye week, and you provided me with 25.10 points. He went 11 for 11 his first 11 drives. Thank you for being so accurate. And the star of the show, my crown jewel, Jamar Chase with 26.10 points. Bro, you're a star, and a shiny one at that. Thank you for helping me propel that victory. It was a much needed win because my season probably would have been done if I didn't win over Mike. So thank you. And I'm going to give a special shout out, and I never do this really, to Patrick Mahomes. Thank you for sucking and playing the worst game you've ever played in your life with a nice 10.8 points you provided. You stunk. I don't know what's going on in KC. Maybe the barbecue sauce isn't quite up to par, but bro, you stunk.
I got a question for you then.
Let's go.
Did Cincinnati make the right call by picking up Chase over a left guard?
Over a Panay?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. You know what?
I mean, so too.
And you know what? That's been on like every debate this week and last week with the numbers Chase and Burrows are putting up together. You know, it was a no-brainer. I mean, you and I in our mock draft, we had Panay going there, and we were wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you can't build chemistry like the way Chase and Burrow have. They're LSU boys. They're Tigers. They've won together before. And now they're just bringing it to the NFL level. It's a thing of beauty. I get starstruck just seeing both them play, and like Chase himself, like the way he broke those 3 tackles to get his TD. Mwah. Thank you, because I won because of you.
Looked like a Marion Barber play right there.
Nah, it was a little better.
I don't know, man. Marion Barber with that one play back in the Cowboys day when he was on the goal line and got pushed back into the end zone and still made a 10-yard run out of it. That was beautiful. But yeah,
I wonder what he's doing now.
What's that?
I wonder what he's doing now.
He's not playing because he just like bum rushed everybody, probably all bruised up. But anyways, you did very well. I mean, 65 points though, that's just embarrassing. Just saying.
Inexcusable. Was it the lowest in our league?
Yeah, I think so this year. Yeah, I think so this year.
Well, it's nice to be known for something, I guess.
Yeah, I'm known for going in and out of gold and platinum because I'm back in gold again. Anyways, let's get into this week's matchup. I am playing who was number 1, who is now sitting number 2.
Well, depending who's playing and working that team there, but we won't go.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm playing Sangria Pick. She's number 2 in our league. I'm number 3 in the league. And here we go. Matthew Stafford versus Kirk Cousins. I prefer Stafford over Kirk Cousins. I'm sure everybody else does.
Oh, hell yeah.
A.J. Brown against Mclaren. I mean, McLaurin's questionable. I don't know what's going on with that, really.
He'll play. It's a quarterback that stinks.
Yeah, exactly. I like the A.J. Brown. Even though it's in Indy, their defense is decent.
Tennessee honestly, Indy is overrated. Watch Tennessee run roughshod over Indy. But sorry, man, keep going.
No, it's all good. This next one, I'm going to give it up to her. Deebo Samuels. I know they're playing Chicago, and I think it's in Chicago. You know what? I'm going to give it up to him over Justin Jefferson because guess what? Justin Jefferson is playing Dallas, and we all know who's probably going to be guarding Justin Jefferson.
So he'll be shadowing him. He'll be shadowing him.
Number 7, Trayvon Diggs. I don't think Justin Jefferson's going to get a whole lot, but I have to play him because he's Justin Jefferson, and all my other wide receivers are like mediocre at best. Derrick Henry's in Indy, obviously, going up against Taylor for Indy.
Taylor's been hot lately.
He's been hot. He's questionable, so I'm sure he'll play, but that can always come into like snap count. Who knows? But I'm gonna give it up to Derrick Henry. I mean, we all know that offense runs through Derrick Henry. Darrell Henderson's playing Houston against Damian Harris. I'm gonna give it up to Henderson.
Yeah.
That's no brainer. Actually, I do not have a coin on me because I totally forgot about this. So I'm gonna do a coin flip on my phone. I don't know what tight end to play. So I got Uzomah and I got
Jared Cook.
Yeah, because Mark Andrews is on a bye. I'm going to coin flip. Heads is going to be, let's say heads is going to be Cook and tails is going to be Uzomah. Flip. It is heads. So it's going to be Cook.
I told you to pick Cook.
Fuck it. I really want Uzomah, though.
Uzomah, telling you this right now, Uzomah is at, and this is going to carry over to Boomer Bust, but Uzomah has had only 2 good games thus far, and it has not been consecutive, and Burrows spreads the love. So that's all I'm saying.
Cook is great
red zone. What's that?
He is playing the Jets.
That's Jets secondary isn't that bad. It's just everything else.
And anyways, they're going up against Kyle Pitts. I give it to Pitts, maybe.
Pitts is on fire, man.
I got Devontae Smith as my flex this week going against Detroit. I like those odds. She has Mike Williams, so I really like him too. But I'm going to get over to Devontae Smith this week. Obviously, McManus is my kicker. Joseph is her kicker. Dallas defense is back in my lineup versus Denver's defense. I'm predicted to win 118 to 115. I think it's going to be a little bit higher for me. I think A.J. Brown and Derrick Henry is going to keep on rolling like they did over KC.
I'm going to agree that you're going to win, but it's going to be very close. She actually has a very good team. Yes, is someone else running it? Conspiracy theory. I'm going to say yes. But she still has a good team.
Yeah,
so Taylor can go off.
Cousins can go off.
Debo can go off. Cousins can go off. The Dallas defense, they lead the league in takeaways, but they give up yards.
Yeah.
So anything can happen. And actually, it benefits you if Cousins passes to Jefferson because it cancels everything off, right?
Yes, sir.
You can only hope that. It's going to be close. I'm going to give the slight edge to you. And personally, I'm kind of rooting for you anyways because that'll be, I think, her 3rd consecutive loss.
Yeah.
and it'll have her dropping in the standings. So that can only mean good things for everyone else. So yeah, go Gooby.
Also, if Cousins does bad, it also benefits me because I got Dallas's defense.
Oh, it benefits me too because I hate Minnesota and I hate Kirk Cousins because he screwed me over 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so, fuck you, Minnesota fan.
Fuck you, buddy.
You know who you are.
Don't be that mean.
Anyways, Melky, who you got this week?
Oof, I am in for a long, long day at the office, going up against the number 1 seed. When tight end Timmy also won it 2 years ago and split the pot, but we're not going to go there. He's got a well-oiled machine going. We'll start with the quarterback matchups. It's the battle of the second-year quarterbacks. Justin Herbert on one end, over on my side. And he's got Joe Burrow, the emerging Joe Burrow.
I dropped for Sam Darnold. God damn it.
Yeah, you did. I was actually going to scold you for that. Dropping him for Sam Darnold. Shame on you. I'm going to give that a wash. Both quarterbacks are exceptionally gifted. Both have weapons throughout. I can't decide who's playing better. I mean, yeah, Herbert had that really bad game before the bye week. Burrows just had a gem against the Baltimore Ravens. So I'm going to give it a wash right now. Then we go wide receiver matchup. I've got I'm going to say right now, offensive rookie of the year in Jamar Chase going up against DJ Moore. Yep, DJ Moore. I'm going to give it to Chase. I think Chase is more dynamic. I think Chase has a better quarterback. I'm kind of hoping his quarterback doesn't show up this week. So that helps me. But, if they both can connect well against the Jets, that just bodes well for both of us. So let's go Chase. Then we got Stephon Diggs versus Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is the best wide receiver in the league right now, so I got to give it up to him. Let's go running backs. I got Austin Eckler and Antonio Gibson versus Aaron Jones and Alvin Kamara. Definitely he gets the running back matchup, especially since Green Bay is full of COVID, and they're definitely going to be relying on the running game a lot more. So damn it, motherfucker. And then go to the tight end matchup. I'm screwed there. I had to pick up one this week as Waller is on bye. I went with the Minnesota tight end, Tyler Conklin. He's all right. I'm just hoping he's a great red zone target. And I'll be facing the best tight end in the league in Travis Kelce. Although he hasn't played like it because his quarterback's has been poo-poo, they're playing the Giants in KC. So, yeah, let's just say Kelce wins that one.
Yeah.
Flex matchup, again, thanks, Adam, for giving him away for nothing. DeAndre Swift on his side versus Chase Claypool. Definitely going to give it up to Swift as he's playing the terrible Eagles who don't know how to do anything well. Kickers, I got Matt Prater versus Matt Gay. Give that a wash. They're both very good kickers. And then the defense. I've got the Los Angeles Rams defense going up against the lonely Houston Texans, and he, for some reason, picked up Indianapolis against Tennessee. So I'm going to give myself that one because I deserve it, and he's going to smash me this week. How do you like my odds, bro?
I don't like your odds. I think you're going to go 3-5.
Yeah.
Not going to lie. And hey, I could be 4-4 by the end of the week, too. I think I like my odds a little bit better than yours. I know we're playing the same person, but
I mean, miracles do happen, just not this week, I don't think. And he's projected to smash me 127 to 111.
Yeah, you're not looking good. I mean, I got some safety blankets in my game, but I don't think you do.
I don't, because Michael Thomas isn't ready yet. Waller's on bye. I don't trust Gaskin. Collins, I might flip him for Claypool. Haven't decided yet. Jalen Waddle's playing a stingy Bills defense. And Miles Sanders got hurt. So, yeah, screwed me right in the booty hole.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, you're not winning.
No, I don't think so. But you know what? Let's get into more favorable fun news this week with Week 7 highlights. Take it away, Gooby.
All right. Guess what? we were just talking about Joe Burrows. Let's keep going with Joe Burrows. The Bengals take first in the division and the conference. Who saw that coming? Not me.
Not us.
Yeah, they're on fire, man. Like you said, Burrows, Chase, their defense is looking pretty good. Like, they're running on all cylinders right now, and they're looking to come out as the number one. What do you think?
They look fantastic from top to bottom. Defense, offense, special teams, coaching. Like, Joe Burrow's numbers, 416 passing yards, 3 TDs, 1 INT, and that INT he was cocky. So I'm going to give that a pass. And then Jamar Chase, 201 receiving yards and a receiving TD.
Yeah.
This team is firing, like you said, on all cylinders. Number one, did not see it happening. Nobody did, but good for them. It's something that the city of Cincinnati can cheer for because they haven't in a very long time.
I got a question for you, though, okay?
Shoot.
And we had this argument before on our chat between me, you, and Destroyer and everybody else. You can win Comeback Player of the Year without being injured. That being said, who gets it? Joe Burrows or Matthew Stafford?
Burrow. And right now it's Burrow. It could change, obviously, because it's halfway through the season. But Burrow came off a torn ACL, and look what he's doing. And it's his second year. Stafford's been there, done that. I know it's a change of scenery, and he actually has a competent coach and a very good team in front of him, and he's setting records. I'd say Stafford's more MVP candidate than comeback. I would give it to Burrow right now. What do you think?
Okay. I'm in agreement because of the injury. I also think that if this was Burrow's first year, him and Chase would be having a very, very good rookie season. I wouldn't know which one would be rookie of the year because this is technically Burrow's rookie season.
Well, he played enough where it's not considered, but it goes back to remember when Dak and Zeke were both rookies and Dak ended up winning.
That's another person in that Comeback Player of the Year category is Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott, absolutely. Can't argue there. And here's another thing we're not going to argue about. The Jets stink. Zach Wilson out 2 to 4 weeks as the Pats smashed the Jets 54-13. He strained his PCL on an unnecessary hit from linebacker Matthew Judon, sorry. Gooby, did Judon do Wilson a favor by putting him out of action?
I think he did the Jets the favor of putting Wilson out of action. Know why? Because there's someone that's coming in here who, correct me if I'm wrong, has won a Super Bowl.
Oh, you're talking about Joe Flacco?
Joe Flacco.
Flacco.
So you know what? He's like I don't know. I think he'll bring a spark to the team. I think he's like a Fitzmagic where he can go in certain places and do something and then just fall off. But yeah, I think that team just needs to keep rebuilding around Zach Wilson. Eventually, Zach Wilson, I think, will do well to learn from Joe Flacco because he does have experience. He does have, that, seniority in the NFL. So I think Wilson can learn a few things from him and be a better quarterback for it. So I think they did him a favor for now. So
do you think you should just sit out the rest of the season? Because that only says 2 to 4 weeks.
No. Keep giving him reps. Keep giving him, the experience to get back out there. But you know what? If they do sit him out the rest of the season, it's not going to hurt them. They're already shit anyways. You can't get any worse. So
like I said, they live up to their name. They suck.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Speaking of can't get any worse, someone's actually putting up games. And they're not doing bad now. Daniel Jones getting the Giants' second win over the Panthers, 25-3.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on? Like, you can't get any worse. Like, you're doing good now. Like, keep going. I mean, I guess you can get worse, but like, you're doing good. Like, you're rolling now. You beat the Panthers. Who else did they beat? I don't remember. I'm trying to think, but
They beat the Saints.
Oh yeah, they beat the Saints. Yeah. So like, keep going, keep doing you. I mean, I don't know the stats because I don't like the Giants and I don't want to even have them on my computer. It's like a virus waiting to happen. So it is. It's like a virus. You put that shit on there, it spreads. It's bad. No, thank you. But yeah, Daniel Jones. I think you said you had Booker, and Booker did all right. So I mean, good for them. They're not going to go anywhere. So you might as well just try and fuck some other team over. So, yeah. What do you think about this win?
City of New York, get the parade started because this is probably going to be one of the few times you celebrate this season. It was an ugly game, but good for Jones. He stepped up when they really needed him. He was all over the place. And I've got a question for you. He made a great impression of Odell Beckham Jr. with that catch. Who did it better? Him or OBJ?
We all know OBJ did it better. OBJ probably had one of the best catches in NFL history. I don't think I've seen anything better in NFL. I mean, you could argue the that Pittsburgh Cards game and for the Super Bowl with the catch from
Fitz.
Yeah,
Fitz? Yeah.
I think it's Fitzpatrick. It was like the toe tip. Or Fitzgerald, yeah. Sorry. Hey. That toe tip catch, like, yeah, that's a situation though. Like, that's a Super Bowl, but in the end, you gotta give it to Odell.
Oh, it was a trick. It wasn't even a trick question. It was a trick question. I wanted to see if you're paying attention. Obviously, Odell did it best. He's known for that catch. That's why he has the money. That's why he's still a star in this league. Because otherwise, he'd be out because he's playing like poo-poo right now. In the Cleveland situation, he's living up to that color very well.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later too.
Moving on. Well, speaking of things that need to change, let's talk about the Chiefs. Let's talk about the Titans crushing the Chiefs.
Are we talking about that $500 million man?
Well, we are. So they beat the Chiefs 27-3. Patrick Mahomes posted 206 passing yards, 35 rushing yards, fumble lost, and a concussion. Gooby.
They posted a concussion.
Oh, you saw the hit. Gooby, is it finally time to panic in KC?
When Derrick Henry out TDs you, yeah, I think it's time to panic. You guys are second in the division. You guys are looking like you're going to miss the playoffs. You just spent $500 million on a fucking quarterback, and you're just like, you know what? Screw the defense. Let's just waste all our money on one player. Let's not get, corners. Let's not get defensive ends. Let's not get linebackers. Let's just get the run of the muck and throw them in there. It's like playing the fucking little Giants out there. It's not good.
Icebox.
Yeah, exactly. It's not good. Like, you guys need to hit that panic button, and you need to do something quick. I think Mahomes needs to restructure his contract, and they need to go out and find some defensive players.
And they also need to build in the draft too while they're at it. For the first time in his career, he's being exposed. And Andy Reid's being exposed as the Chiefs head coach. It's a sad thing because it's like a fall from grace. It's not a big fall yet because they can still turn it around. I still have them making the playoffs despite all this nonsense that's happening. I still have them making the playoffs because you can go on a run. Its season is not over. There's an extra game to remember this season. So they can definitely go on a run. I still think they're better than the Raiders. I think they're most definitely better than the Denver Broncos. Who isn't at this point?
Technically, they are better than Denver Broncos right now.
Yeah, they're better than a lot of other teams in the AFC. They can still push for a wild card. I don't think they're going to win the division anymore. That's definitely going to be between the Chargers and Raiders. But yeah, like something's got to give. Mahomes, you got to stop forcing the ball. You have 9 interceptions this season. That's not going to get it done. You need to have the ball to succeed.
Lookers.
Yeah, cut that thing out. It was cute. You got away with it for a few seasons. Be a quarterback. Throw the ball. Hill needs to eat. Kelsey needs to eat. Robinson. And get the run game going. You guys, you have no run game. Do something.
You picked up a great rookie running back last year, and
do something. Use them.
Do something. Exactly. Use them. So, yeah. But I know what. Let's talk about, because Mahomes was an MVP. Let's talk about another MVP. Mr. Kyler Murray smiling his way to victory. I know I sent you that fucking video.
You did. That was hilarious.
He saw single coverage with DeAndre Hopkins, and he threw a little grin on his face mid-throw and just went, oh, look, single coverage. It's DeAndre Hopkins. Of course he's going to get it. Cards stay perfect, beating the Texans 31-5. I didn't see this coming. I know because I said it 7 weeks ago on our first pod that I thought they were just gonna get a wild card spot, but damn, Cards, man, like you're looking to take it all the way. What do you think?
They're built to take it all the way right now, with all the good moves they made in the offseason. Yeah, Kyler Murray is all world. He's on another level. That smile, he knows he knows he can do anything he wants right now and get away with it and succeed. Like his numbers, they weren't the greatest. 261 passing yards, 3 passing TDs, an interception, 10 rushing yards only, which I'm shocked. He took his time in this game. I don't know if you remember, it was 5-3 or no, 5-0 or something at that point. And did you know, fun fact, 31-5 is the first time it's been a final score in the NFL. So
really?
First time ever. So they're just setting trends and starting things new, records all over. Can they be stopped, Gooby? Can Arizona be stopped?
Yes, but I'll get into that a little bit later too.
Perfect. They are the Thursday night game against Green Bay. This would have been a colossal matchup if everyone on Green Bay didn't get COVID. So I think they're going to go 8-0.
Yeah, they're looking like it.
Getting all the breaks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hit us off with our last little NFL news segment.
Yeah. Well,
Mr. GOAT.
The GOAT himself. Tom Brady. Number 600. 600 TDs, that is. They dismantled the Browns. Or not the Browns, sorry, the Bears, like everyone else does. Justin Fields, you're terrible. I don't know what the hell's happening with you. Gooby threw his 600 to Mike Evans. Mike Evans did not realize, went to a fan, gave the game ball. Later, they had to go retrieve the ball from Byron. His name is Byron Kennedy.
Yeah.
A Tampa native. And this is what he's getting out of it. And you tell me if you got enough, okay? So according to ABC or CBS News, he is getting a game ball, a different game ball. He's getting two signed jerseys from Brady, a signed helmet from Brady. He is also getting a signed jersey from Mike Evans. He's getting his game-worn cleats. He's getting $1,000 credit at the Buccaneers team store, and 2 season passes for the remainder of the season as well as next season. Did this man get enough for number 600?
Okay, so if you break it down, obviously no, he didn't get enough. The reports are that ball is roughly worth $500,000, $500,000. I mean, in the end, if you're a football fan and an NFL fan, and if you're a Brady fan, like if it was me, I'd tell Brady to go fuck himself. I was like, hey Brady, guess what? Fuck you.
You want to be known as that guy that told Brady to go fuck himself?
Yes, I do, because I fucking hate Tom Brady.
You'd be an NFL pariah. I guarantee you, he has so much pull. He would get you banned from every stadium in the league until you complied and gave him the ball.
I live in Canada. I wouldn't really care.
Well, then how would you get the ball in the first place?
But that I'm saying if it was me though. Anyways, okay, so yeah, I mean, he did the right thing.
Yeah.
Financially, he did the wrong thing.
Absolutely.
If I was him, I would negotiate that I want that game-worn jersey of number 600 signed, because then that could be worth a little something, because you could be like, he wore this in the game that he threw the 600 pass.
I don't think he's going to get anything game used for minus the helmet. Well, it's probably not even the same helmet. Anything game used, I think, is off limits. I just think anything else he can get, like anything at the snap of his fingers.
I don't know, because like, the jersey's not really that big of a deal.
He wore it though.
He wore it, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not the ball. But I don't know. If I was him, I would argue for the game-worn jersey of the 600 touchdown pass. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, he did the right thing. Financially, he did the wrong thing. Hell, this guy, we never know. This guy could be fucking filthy rich and doesn't need the money. So
I don't think it's about the money. I just think it's about what you could hold off for. As Mike Evans made a huge mistake giving the ball to the fan, right? So he did the right thing. But
I'd ask for a percentage of the Buccaneers. Give me a percent.
I would want season tickets for the rest of my life. My remaining life, I would want season tickets. That's what I would add. I think that's the one thing I would add. Season tickets until I die. And
I think he's hoping to go golfing with Tom Brady.
Yeah, that was a report too. Hey, you never know, right?
That would be nice. I would enjoy that.
No,
I would tell Tom Brady we need to relive Entourage though.
Yeah, that would be dope.
But yeah, so you know what? I think you make the right decision. Let's talk about making right decisions. Okay. We got a new segment. Okay, it's called ProLine. Here in Canada, we have a OLG lottery that lets us obviously make picks on games. So, like I said, speak on right decisions. I want to remind everybody to gamble responsibly and only bet what you can afford. Now, going into this, we're going to pick 12 games. It's all based on point spread. And we're going to go through the 12 games and see what we come out with. And maybe we can win some money. Maybe we'll lose some money. So, Melky, we got 12 games. I don't know how many games are on this week, but we can go through some and we can skip some if you want and see where we go. Sure. So first game, Thursday nighter, Green Bay versus Arizona. Arizona's predicted to win by 6.5 points. Who do we got?
Well, I would have taken Green Bay to cover, but since they don't have anyone really playing, I actually like Arizona.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you now after reading all the COVID reports. But yeah, I'll go Arizona. Now we got Cincinnati versus the Jets. Now Cincinnati's predicted to win by 10.5 points
on the road.
What are your? I think Cincinnati can do it, but betting 10.5 points is very hard.
It is. It's on the road, but Bengals put up points in a fury, and the Jets, whatever's left of the Jets, who knows? Honestly,
who knows what Joe Flacco's gonna do, right? Like he could just throw up a stinker.
Is Flacco even in the lineup because he got traded this week? What's the protocol on that?
I'm not sure.
It's tough, man. I think the Bengals can do that more than the Buffalo Bills. Actually, no, that's a lie. Buffalo, they're going to steamroll the Dolphins too.
All right,
I'd unless you want to skip it. Unless you want to skip the too high.
Let's skip that one for now.
Okay.
See where we end up, because I don't want to go too hard on that one. Tennessee and Indianapolis. Tennessee's predicted to win by 2. I think I'm going to take that.
I would take that in a heartbeat.
Yes, sir. We got the Los Angeles Rams versus Houston. Los Angeles predicted to win by 15 points.
Yeah, on the road too. I honestly think we should skip any of these high games.
Yes, sir. I think we should skip that one too. We got Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Cleveland is predicted to win by 3.5 points.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I like that. I like Cleveland winning that one. What do you think?
I actually like Pittsburgh to upset.
You think is Chubb back?
Mayfield?
No, Chubb.
Chubb is back. Hunt is not. So they still have their offensive line that's pretty good. Everyone else is there. I mean, OBJ and Landry, who knows what you're going to get out of either one. Landry's coming off injury. OBJ just sucks. So I like Pittsburgh to upset that, man.
Okay. All right. Let's go Pittsburgh. I believe in you. Let's go with...
Especially since Tomlin's all riled up about those rumors, those college rumors.
Yeah. All right. So let's go with Philadelphia versus Detroit. 3.5 points for Philadelphia. I like that.
I'm taking Detroit.
Oh, really?
First win of the season.
All right, I'm skipping. I can't. I can't understand that one. I don't think Detroit is gonna win a game this year.
I beg to differ. If there's a game they could win, it's this one. Look how much they were in the game last week.
Yeah, I could see that.
You can skip that too. I'd go. Do you have Chicago and San Fran?
Yeah, we're going Chicago and San Fran. San Fran's at 3 points versus Chicago. What do you think?
I like San Fran.
Me too.
Bounce back.
My app is being a little annoying, so we're not going to know what the money's going to be, but that's okay. Carolina versus Atlanta. Atlanta's predicted to win by 3 points.
Yeah, take that too.
You really would take that over Carolina? I mean, they're both terrible.
Atlanta has been playing very well. Pitts is showing why he was a top 5 pick in this year's draft. Atlanta's on a roll. They're at home. I don't like Carolina at all. They benched Sam Darnold.
They did.
He played like shit.
They benched my boy.
They did.
I'm sad. All right. So we'll go Chicago. Or sorry, not Atlanta.
Atlanta.
All right, Miami versus Buffalo, 14 points. I'm not even going to play that game because
that's the only one I actually like. That's the only one, like Buffalo to win by 2 touchdowns. I actually would take that.
Really?
Yeah, I actually would. At home, Buffalo's at home off a bye week. They want to regain top dog and top spot. Yeah.
All right. I'll take Buffalo at 14 points. New England versus the Chargers, 5.5 points for the Chargers.
Yep, I like that too.
Yeah, I'm glad we can agree. Jacksonville and Seattle. Seattle's 3.5.
They got the home. I hate this matchup because I can see Jacksonville winning this game.
I could take the upset.
All right. I can see Jacksonville pulling this out.
All right. Washington at Denver. Denver 3 points.
Battle of the
shit.
Battle of the Terribles. I'm going to give Denver some love.
Yeah.
Take Denver.
I agree with that one.
Yeah. Take the home team.
Tampa Bay versus New Orleans. Tampa Bay's worth 5.5 points.
Yeah. I don't trust Jameis Winston in big matchups. It's not going to be like last year where the Saints had their number. Brady's on a whole fucking level too. He's in the MVP conversation, so I'd take that. I'd take this. Well, they got it at 6, but 5.5. I'd still take it.
Yeah. Dallas in Minnesota. Dallas is predicted to win by 3. I think we all know where we're going to go with this one. Dallas wins.
Yeah, let's go Dallas.
Dallas wins by 14, by the way. Just saying.
Nah, every time they play Minnesota, it's close.
Yeah. Giants in Kansas City. Kansas City is predicted to win by 10. Do the Giants get their 3rd win?
Nope.
No.
KC, this is a statement game. Like you guys thought we were done. Look what we do to the pedestrian Giants. Take KC to cover.
I agree. And that is it for our ProLine picks. Unfortunately, my app wants to be a little annoying, so I don't know what we're gonna win. But yeah, $20, 20,000 for 12 games. No harm done.
Well,
I like it.
Put it this way: if we win, if it's a $20,000 ticket and we both win, we might be having our own bye week next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But hey, let's talk more fun stuff. Let's talk about, actually, it's not really fun. Let's talk the trade deadline approaching. It is next Tuesday at 4 p.m. It's probably the worst deadline in any of the 4 major sports. Nothing really happens. There has been some activity thus far. I'll break down some of the trades that have happened. Actually, today, Mark Ingram going back to New Orleans for, I think, a pick. It was a late round pick from Houston. And earlier we had Zach Ertz, who made a great touchdown run and catch with the Cardinals. Went for a corner, Tay Gowan, I don't know who that is, and a 2022 fifth round pick. And then we also had Kenny Young, linebacker Kenny Young, and a 2024 seventh round pick go to Denver from LA. We've had Gooby mentioned Joe Flacco going back to the Jets for a conditional 2022 sixth round pick. And earlier in the year, we had Stephon Gilmore going to Carolina for a 2023 sixth round pick from New England. And also, Carolina, loving those corners, getting C.J. Henderson and a 22 fifth round pick going their way for tight end Dan Arnold and a 2022 third round pick to Jacksonville. Gooby, will we see any action come next Tuesday?
All right, so I got 3 names on my board for the trade deadline action. Deshaun Watson obviously being one of them.
Yep.
Most rumors are saying it's going to be a 3-man trade between them, between Houston, Miami, and
Washington.
Yeah, that's right. Marlon Mack, I'm hearing, might be going to Baltimore.
I've heard Baltimore. I've heard KC. I've heard.
It's all over the place.
That's all. Yeah, basically.
I heard Carolina because of McCaffrey.
Carolina. That was another one that was recent. Yep. Basically anywhere. Anyone who needs a second running back. Yeah. Or a first running back.
Yeah, and then Brandon Cooks. I've heard I've heard it going to LA Chargers.
Ooh, that would be a nice pickup.
So this is one that I'm really interested in, obviously, because I have Brandon Cooks on my team. But Brandon Cooks in LA would be beautiful, don't you think?
He was in LA, but with the Rams before.
I think him being on the Chargers would spark that offense into a new gear.
I think that'd bring his smile back because he was pissed about Ingram getting shipped off today.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my three trade deadline rumors.
Yeah, I think the NFL trade deadline is like a Halloween night, gloomy and shit. Nothing really happens. It's all a bunch of smoke screens and mirrors. But one name I'm gonna give you that absolutely should be requesting a trade is OBJ.
To where?
Green Bay.
Okay, I could see it.
Alongside Devontae Adams, find a way to make it work, rejuvenate this man. Aaron Rodgers will set him straight, gives him a weapon, And then they would be actually legit Super Bowl contender in my book and probably could win it. I mean, even though their defense is shoddy, but OBJ, you need to go to management. I know you're trying to be a good soldier, but bro, think about your career. You haven't done anything in 3 seasons.
Yeah. But you know what? Speaking of Odell Beckham Jr., it's boomer bust time. And guess what? That man is on my boomer bust.
Don't you love the segue?
I do. I love it. I love the little push into it. So guess what? Yes, OBJ, you were great. Now you're below average. Odell has put up 16 receptions for 226 yards and 0 touchdowns. His highest fantasy number for a single game this season is only 8.7, averaging 4.8 points per game. If you picked him up hoping he would be your wide receiver 2 or even flex, you're probably cursing his name. For this reason, he is a bust for the rest of the season, depending on the trade deadline.
Oh, I'm going to agree with you. And Adam agrees with you, too, because he dropped him today. Yeah, he's a huge bust. It's sad. It's time to pack it in. Like I said earlier, request a trade, revitalize your career, get out of there. It's not working. You don't mesh with Baker. You don't mesh with Stefanski. Get out of Dodge, man. Do it now before it's too late. You're a bust.
Yeah. Who do you got as your first boom or bust?
So let's go with arguably the hottest waiver wire pickup this week. We're going with running back for the Philadelphia Eagles, Kenneth Gainwell. The guy Gooby had no idea who I was talking about.
Nope.
Which I laughed my ass off because I don't know who he is either. But
there's a reason. There's a reason why no one knows him.
So, with Sanders going down with an ankle injury, the backfield is now open for business. Unfortunately, one man can't carry the load in Philly. In fact, no one man can carry any load in Philadelphia. Look for him to share the backfield with Boston Scott, and for that, he will be labeled as a bust. Expect nothing less.
Yeah, there's a reason why no one knows him. He plays in Philly. No one knows anybody in Philly. Let's take it back to last year podcast when there was that up and coming wide receiver that Boss said was good, and I was like, I don't know who he is.
Oh yeah. Where is he now?
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't even remember his name. So okay, yeah, I agree with you though. It's gonna be a bust. That backfield is just looking terrible. That offensive line's not doing anything for them. Jalen Hurts, he's throwing the ball consistently, and I think they're going to continue to do that. I don't think that run game's going to be involved.
It will to a degree, but look for him to do the more running. Now that Sanders went down, because Sanders was hot starting out the game. He had 30 yards already early on, and then the ankle injury. But, yeah. Sorry, Gainwell, you're a bust. You too, Boston Scott.
Yeah. I'm going to go with someone who you kind of hyped up a little bit on my boomer bust, Jalen Waddle. Now, what wide receiver Jalen Waddle is a make or break type of player, and so far he hasn't delivered. I know he delivered for you, but in general, he hasn't delivered. Is it because he's not good enough? Or is it because he doesn't have a good quarterback? At the moment, I think it's a quarterback situation down in Miami. Waddle has posted 44 receptions for 384 yards and 3 touchdowns with only 54 fantasy points this season in total. He isn't looking like a 6th overall pick in the NFL draft. Until he can get a better quarterback, he's going to be a bust with an upside depending on the trade deadline.
Oh, how you are so wrong. Waddle. He's a boom. Look at his last 2 games. He has owned the field. And what do we say about pairings? Yeah, he's not Jamar and Burrow, but him and Tua go way back. Those Bama boys don't mess around, and they're actually rekindling their magic they had back in their college days. He's a boom. Yeah, would I prefer him to have a better quarterback? Absolutely. But for what he has, he's actually making it work. He might not score TDs, but he gets yards. And he's a speedy motherfucker. So for that, he's a boom in my book. And he plays for Team Diggs. So yeah, I'm being a little biased too.
All right, who do you guys your last boom or bust?
So last but not least is a man you were debating over to start. Tight end of the Cincinnati Bengals, CJ Uzama. Love his last name. So Joe Burrow is gaining more confidence each week. He's spreading the love. Despite Uzama having 2 great games in fantasy, he hasn't done anything else. I'm going to label him as a bust because he can't seem to put consecutive games together, and Burrows likes to again spread the love and give someone else a piece of the pie. So for that, he's a bust in my book.
See, this is where I'm going to disagree. I know he hasn't put up consecutive games, and that's because he's been playing some decent defenses. I think Uzama is going to do well against the Jets. I know I did that coin flip earlier for my tight end spot. I still might go against that coin flip, but who knows? It's hard for me to say. I'm going to say he's a boom for this week against the Jets. I think you're going to be a little bit wrong on that one. I think he's going to put up over 10 points this week.
I don't think so. I think he's going to get 50 yards, maybe 55 yards, 60 tops. And you'll see that I was right. And you'll thank your coin for picking Cooks.
If I take that coin flip.
Yeah, Cook. There's too many damn Cooks in the league.
Yeah, but that's if I take that coin flip. I don't know yet.
We know what never gets old. The last segment of the show. I'm talking Toonie Bets. One created by Bob Walker, infamous Wow-Eyed Mustard, and Sports Guru. So let's get it started. And I'll start since we've been talking about Cincinnati and throughout this whole podcast. So why not pick the game itself? I'm going with the Bengals over the Jets. It's as my gimme lock of the week. No Wilson, no problem. Even with Zach in the lineup, it was still fucking easy. The Jets will stay true to their slogan as they suck.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I wanted to change mine, but I don't know what Bob picked after seeing all these COVID picks. So, Noah, I'll stick with my pick. I picked the Packers over the Cards, but with the COVID situation going down there, Devontae Adams out. I'm sure there's a ton of other players that are probably out. I don't like it, but you know what? I'll stick with it. Packers over the Cards. Cards take their first loss of the season.
I would have agreed with you if Devontae and Lazard and probably others that you're gonna find out shortly that are out were in the lineup. It's gonna be a long day at the office for Aaron. That's all I gotta say. And of course, the man who created this segment, he has picked a doozy this week. So why don't you listen and find out?
Hey everyone. Here for another week of Toonie Bets. Super fired up that we actually have a really sick Thursday nighter going on. Can't wait to watch that. My Toonie Bet for the week, I'm going to be doing the Chargers versus the Pats game, and I am going to take the spread. I'm going to take the Chargers. They're going to break that little loss they had last week to Baltimore where they got embarrassed. Herbert's going to go back on track. I know the last time they met that New England actually beat them 45-0 in 2020, but
Uh-oh. Technical difficulties.
Hold on, folks.
Chargers, they're going to break that little loss they had last week to Baltimore where they got embarrassed. Herbert's going to go back on track. I know the last time they met that New England actually beat them 45-0 in 2020, but Herbert's a great QB, and it's in LA, so I have the Chargers winning. Melky, I think once again you'll like that. All right, boys, can't wait to hear the episode. Peace.
I like it. Yeah, I think the Chargers will take that one.
Yeah, I do too. Just in case you didn't hear, he's got Chargers over Pats.
Yeah. No, I agree. But yeah, you know what? It's been a blast. I enjoy doing this pod every single week with you. I know I had Mustard is coming out soon with a new episode and a new season. Can't wait for that. There's big news in there too. Just remember everybody, gamble responsibly. Don't spend money you can't afford to spend on gambling. Melky, what do you got?
I just want to thank you for putting up with my outrageousness and warming the bench with me.
Yes, sir. No problem.
It's an absolute honor and pleasure. And remember, sex isn't wrong, but you got to be right. Listen up, everyone, because I ain't joking. One bad decision, and your junk will be smoking.
All right, buddy. Everybody, have a good night.
Yeah, laces out.
Laces out.